Hey everyone, it's Zaf Zen and you're watching Zaf Zaz TV, the show that brings you a dash of passion to the perfect blend of ingredients for your success in business and in life. And this is a special edition of Zaf Zaz TV. The reason it is special because, number one, it's geared towards the topic of Valentine's Day, and number two, because I wanted to dedicate this to all the couples out there who are building their businesses together. So here's a little story. When I started my business, I actually started it up with my husband also. So when we started the business, it was a challenge, because sometimes we all do not have the same values per se, because, we all are creative human beings. We share different ideas, opinions, even with our loved ones. And that's okay, because you all bring different things to the table, right? Different aspects that you're good at to the table. Share the same vision, the same goals, but sometimes approach can be a little challenging because, hey, of course, we butt heads with our loved ones the most, right? But the best thing about that business relationship is also, since I'm great in a few areas and he's also good in some other areas, we kind of bring our strengths together. So one of the things that I quickly learned was the biggest thing is communication. That's number one. If you build your business with a loved one, communication becomes more challenging because you can't separate, and not to say that you can't, but sometimes it becomes a challenge trying to separate, what's personal and also what's business. We kind of use our dinner time usually to kind of strike a conversation to say, how was your day? Can I just quickly talk to you about something? And, it starts off as pretty casual, but then after dinner, we'll actually sit down. We'll dedicate, probably whatever time that is needed to talk about what are our action steps that we need to do, whether it's his part or my part, and communicate it and set it as okay, this is what you need to do by this time, and this is what I need to do by this time. So kind of, I don't know what your communication platform is or what it is that you use to, reach out or communicate better with your loved one or your business partner, but find out what that platform is. Number two, one of the challenges was, apart from, learning how to communicate with one another, is trying to figure out who's the bigger completer. The fact that, what I've learned is I'm the better manager and he is the better, the better person at technology, at running, making sure things are, run smoothly as far as technology is concerned, because his strength is in technology. I'm the better manager overall. Aren't we all women? No, I'm just kidding. But, I'm a better manager and I'm the better people person. So for us in our relationship, we had to figure out really quickly who's the bigger completer. So that person becomes the entire coordinator or the manager. All right. So I'm the driver, I'm the manager, because I realized that these are my strengths. And for my husband, he was more of a technical support, a back-end office, what needs to be done on the computer. So he's more of that kind of a driver. So we quickly had to figure out who's the completer in different things, and we made sure that our roles were clear so that, we knew what we wanted to do. Number three is having to learn to respect each other's values, opinions, and ideas. Did I and my husband have challenges in the beginning? Of course, I would be lying if I said no, because we've had to learn, how to work with one another. That was, one of the biggest thing that, when you start a business with your loved one or your spouse, that's one of the things that we've had to learn, respect each other, not only as, in our personal lives, but also in business, because, we need to be at the same level. And if we're not, we make sure that we are. We work out our differences. So we've had to learn to respect each other's differences, ideas, and opinions. You approach that business as if you work with somebody else outside your own relationships. So you have to figure out, how you can actually work together, but the three basic things that are very important in a partnership with your loved one or your husband or your wife or your spouse, is basically number one, communication. Learn how to communicate from the get-go. Will there be many challenges? Of course, because until you start that business together and working towards the same goal, you wouldn't realize the difference in your communication techniques or style. So get it right from the get-go. Set up some basic foundation. Number two is knowing who's the completer. Why is it important to know that who's the completer? Because you both will be starting on other projects, driving force on other projects, but there will be one person between the two of you who's a much better completer than the other. So the person who's the completer needs to be the driving force, the manager, the coordinator, the one who makes sure that things happen. You close sales and you get results. That's the person. Number three is learning to respect the differences, because there will be times you will, have different opinions and ideas. So you've got to learn how to approach that difference, and you have to balance it out, whether you like it or not, because, you're in a partnership with your loved one, your spouse. The goal is to try to achieve results because you both want the same things. So folks, that's my tips for, couples who are building their businesses together. Is it a perfect one? Of course not. You just have to find your groove, right? So until I see you in the next episode of Zeph TV, happy Valentine's Day. Don't spend too much money on those unnecessary expensive novelty items. But, I wish that you spend the day with your loved ones and, maybe make some goals or, set up some structure and systems for your next call to action to build your business bigger and get results. Until I see you in the next episode, have a great day. And this is Zeph Zen. You're watching Zeph TV, the show that brings you a dash of passion to the perfect blend of ingredients for your success in business and in life. Bye.